Ravi wiped the sweat from his forehead as he bent over the open engine of an old cargo ship. The metal hissed and groaned under his hands. Sparks flew when he adjusted the wires, but Ravi did not flinch. He loved machines. He loved understanding them. The frontier outpost was quiet most of the time. The stars above stretched endlessly, and the wind carried the scent of the nearby cliffs. It was peaceful and lonely, but he did not mind. Suddenly, a sound reached him from the cliffs. It was a strange cry, high-pitched and urgent. Ravi froze. The noise was unlike anything he had heard before. It was not the wind. It was not the animals that roamed the cliffs. It was something else, something alive. His curiosity rose faster than fear. He carefully set down his tools and listened. The cry came again, louder this time, filled with restlessness and confusion. Ravi's heart raced with excitement. He had always wanted to see something unusual. The frontier had many secrets, and some of them had not been discovered yet. He knew the outpost's rules warned against wandering near the cliffs alone, but the sound pulled him forward. Slowly, he climbed the rocks, careful not to slip. His boots scraped against the stone. The cry grew louder. It was soft, yet urgent, like a small being calling for help. At the top of a narrow ridge, Ravi finally saw it. The creature crouched among the rocks, small but bright. Its scales shimmered in the starlight, reflecting soft colors like water in the sun. Its eyes were large and luminous, glowing faintly in the dark. The creature's wings fluttered, but it could not fly properly. Its movements were frantic. It cried again, a sound that was almost human in its tone, full of confusion and fear. Ravi's first thought was to run. This was not an animal he knew. It could be dangerous. Yet, another part of him felt pity. The little being looked helpless, lost, and afraid. He slowly stepped closer, keeping his hands visible. "It's okay," he whispered, not sure if the creature could understand him. "I'm not going to hurt you." The baby dragon paused, tilting its head at him. Its tail twitched, but it did not move away. Ravi noticed that the creature was injured. A small wing was bent awkwardly, and the scales along its back were scratched. The cries were not only of fear, but also of pain. He knelt a few steps away, careful not to frighten it more. He spoke softly, hoping the tone of his voice could calm the little dragon. He could feel his heart pounding, but he stayed still. He wanted to earn the creature's trust. The baby dragon took a shaky step toward him, then stopped. Its wings flapped weakly, and its eyes were wide with uncertainty. Ravi smiled gently. "I know it hurts," he said. "I can help you rest. Just calm down." He wanted to reach out, but remembered that sudden movements could scare it. He sat down on a nearby rock, keeping his distance. The little dragon watched him, tilting its head from side to side. Its glowing eyes seemed to study him. Ravi remembered something. He had always carried his old guitar in the ship's storage. He often played it when he worked alone at night, fixing engines or cleaning metal parts. Music was his way of thinking and relaxing. Maybe, he thought, it could help now. Slowly, he reached for the guitar, keeping his eyes on the baby dragon. The creature did not run. Its wings trembled slightly, but curiosity kept it in place. He strummed a soft note. The sound echoed gently over the cliffs. The baby dragon froze. Its ears twitched, and it tilted its head. Ravi continued, playing carefully, one note after another. The melody was simple, slow, and soothing. He hummed along softly, letting the vibrations carry over the rocks. The dragon's cries became less sharp. It took a small step closer. Ravi smiled. Music was working. Minutes passed. The little dragon inched closer, its tail swishing nervously. Ravi continued to play, never stopping, letting the melody fill the night air. The creature finally sat down on the rocks, its trembling lessening. Its eyes closed for a brief moment as if it felt safe for the first time. Ravi's heart relaxed. He had not expected to connect with such a strange being, but here it was, responding to something so human, so ordinary as music. Ravi noticed the dragon's breathing was still fast, and the little wings shook slightly. He stopped playing for a moment and spoke gently. "It's all right. You can rest. I won't let anything hurt you." The dragon opened its eyes and looked at him, then blinked slowly. Ravi understood the gesture. It was trust. A fragile trust, but trust nonetheless. He sat there for a while, letting the night settle around them. The wind moved softly through the cliffs, and the stars shone above. The baby dragon leaned slightly toward him, curling its small body into a protective posture. Ravi carefully strummed one more soft chord. The creature let out a small, almost content sigh. Ravi had never felt anything like this before. He was not just a human among machines. He was something more. He had made a difference. Suddenly, a shadow passed above. Ravi did not notice at first. His eyes were on the little dragon, making sure it stayed calm. The shadow was enormous, darker than the night itself. A pair of glowing eyes stared down at them from above. The shape moved with grace and power. Ravi's heart skipped a beat. He did not know what it was, but he felt instinctively that it was the parent of the little dragon. He stayed very still, knowing any wrong move could be dangerous. The creature stirred slightly, sensing the presence above. Ravi gently continued playing, hoping the music would show that he meant no harm. The large shadow hovered for a moment, then moved closer. Ravi realized that the night had just grown more complicated. The frontier had always been dangerous, but now, he was not just dealing with machines and storms. He was in the presence of something extraordinary. The baby dragon's eyes flicked upward. It did not cry, but it made a soft noise of recognition. Ravi continued to strum, steady and calm. The shadows of the cliffs danced around them. For the first time, Ravi felt that he was part of something bigger than himself, something he had never imagined. He had discovered a creature unlike any other, and somehow, he had reached it with nothing but patience, care, and music. The night air was quiet except for the soft strumming of Ravi's guitar. The baby dragon curled on the rocks, its small body shaking slightly, but no longer crying. Ravi watched it closely. Its luminous eyes reflected the starlight, soft and wide, filled with both curiosity and caution. Ravi wondered what had made this creature so restless in the first place. Was it lost, hurt, or simply scared? He had to understand before he could help further. The wind shifted suddenly, carrying a cold draft from the cliffs. The baby dragon twitched its wings and let out a low, worried sound. Ravi kept his hands on the guitar, strumming soft notes. The melody wrapped around them, gentle and warm, and slowly the creature stopped trembling. Its breathing steadied. It seemed to recognize that Ravi meant no harm. Ravi leaned closer but stayed at a safe distance. "You are safe here," he said softly. "I will not hurt you." The baby dragon lifted its head, tilting it in a way that suggested understanding. Its scales shimmered faintly as it moved, catching the faint light of the stars. Ravi felt a surge of awe. He had never seen a creature like this before. It was not a common animal or alien. It was extraordinary. Suddenly, the baby dragon flapped its wings awkwardly and struggled to stand. Its small legs shook. Ravi stood up slowly and held out his hand. "Take it easy," he whispered. The creature stumbled forward, then back again. Its movements were clumsy, almost childlike. Ravi realized that the baby dragon was not only scared, but it had not learned how to control its own body yet. Its wings were weak. Its tail flicked nervously. Ravi thought for a moment. He needed a way to help the creature settle. The music seemed to calm it, but he had to do more. He knelt down again and tapped gently on the rocks beside him. "Come here," he said, encouraging. The baby dragon hesitated, but curiosity won over fear. It took a slow, careful step toward him. Its glowing eyes followed every movement. Ravi did not rush. He knew patience was important. The creature reached his side, then paused. Ravi smiled and strummed the guitar softly. The baby dragon's wings lowered slightly. It sniffed the air around Ravi, its small head moving carefully. Ravi could feel the tiny heart beating fast under the creature's body. He kept the music slow and calm, letting the notes flow like water over the rocks. The dragon settled more comfortably, leaning slightly against him, but still wary. Ravi wondered what the baby dragon was thinking. It had instincts, of course, but it also seemed intelligent in a way that surprised him. The creature watched him as he played, studying his fingers, the movement of the guitar, and the sound it made. Ravi smiled quietly. Music was a universal language. It could soothe creatures, humans, and maybe even alien beings. He had discovered something important without even trying. The wind carried another sound, faint but distinct. A low rustle came from the cliffs above. Ravi stopped playing and listened carefully. The baby dragon's ears twitched. Its body stiffened slightly. The sound was not immediately threatening, but it carried weight. Ravi guessed it was something large, possibly another creature, maybe even the parent. He kept his hands on the guitar, ready to strum again if the baby became startled. The baby dragon turned its glowing eyes toward the cliff. Its tail flicked nervously. Ravi spoke softly, trying to calm it. "It's okay," he said. "I am here. Nothing will hurt you." The creature seemed to understand. It crouched lower, its wings folding closer to its body. Ravi could feel the small, rapid heartbeat slowing gradually. The music helped, but his presence seemed just as important. Ravi examined the creature more closely. Its scales were soft and warm, but some were scratched from what he guessed was a fall or a scuffle. Its small claws dug into the rocks slightly as it moved. He wondered how long it had been alone. The frontier was dangerous. The cliffs were steep. Predators might be near. He needed to find a way to keep the baby safe until it could be returned to its home. He hummed gently, letting the sound mix with the guitar. The baby dragon lifted its head and blinked slowly, as if responding to the rhythm. Ravi realized that the creature was not just scared. It was lonely. It needed companionship and reassurance. The more he played, the more the baby dragon leaned closer. It pressed lightly against him, and Ravi felt a strange warmth. He had never had such a connection with a creature before. Hours passed, but the baby dragon did not move much. Ravi kept the melody calm and steady. He occasionally spoke to it, telling it that it was safe. The creature's small wings twitched occasionally, but no more frantic flaps. Ravi was amazed at how quickly the baby dragon responded to music and human presence. It seemed to understand care and trust in a way that no machine or normal animal could. Ravi wondered how the baby dragon had ended up alone. The frontier outpost was near old shipping routes. Perhaps it had fallen from a larger group or nest. He hoped its parent would come, but he also worried that the parent might be angry or frightened by his presence. Ravi could only stay calm and continue to soothe the creature. Suddenly, a shadow moved across the cliff edge. The baby dragon stiffened. Its tail twitched, and it looked toward the darkness. Ravi held his breath. The shadow was enormous, spreading wide wings that blocked the moonlight. The baby dragon did not cry, but it pressed closer to Ravi, almost seeking protection. Ravi continued playing, letting the soft notes reach both creatures. The larger being above did not move closer immediately. Ravi understood that he had only one chance to show he meant no harm. The music must continue. The baby dragon's trust was fragile. He adjusted the chords, making the melody warmer, gentler, more inviting. The creature below him relaxed slightly, leaning against his legs. Ravi felt a deep connection forming. It was not just music. It was care, understanding, and patience. He knew the night had changed everything. The frontier outpost had brought many challenges, but nothing like this. He was alone with a baby dragon, and something larger watched them from above. Ravi stayed calm, letting the music guide the restlessness away. The stars shone bright above, and the wind moved gently through the cliffs. He had made a fragile connection, but he also knew that the real test was yet to come. Ravi's fingers moved carefully over the strings of his guitar. Each note floated softly into the night air, carrying warmth and calm across the rocky cliffs. The baby dragon had settled slightly, its trembling reduced, but it still looked restless. Its small wings twitched as it shifted from side to side. Ravi could feel the tiny heartbeat racing beneath its chest. He continued playing, letting the melody flow naturally, hoping the creature would relax even more. The baby dragon watched him closely, its luminous eyes reflecting every movement. Its wings twitched once more, but it did not flail or cry. Ravi noticed the tiny claws gripping the edge of the rock, its tail flicking nervously. He hummed a gentle tune along with the guitar, letting the rhythm guide the creature's energy. Slowly, the dragon inched closer, curiosity overcoming fear. Ravi stayed still, letting the music speak for him. For a moment, he marveled at the creature's beauty. Its scales shimmered with soft colors, shifting like liquid in the starlight. The claws were delicate but strong, and the wings, though small, had a potential that was clear to see. Ravi had never seen anything like it. His mind raced with questions about its kind, its home, and how it ended up alone. Yet, he knew the immediate problem was simple: he had to calm it fully and keep it safe. He strummed a slow chord, then repeated it, feeling the vibration of the guitar under his fingers. The baby dragon's head tilted as if it were listening for hidden meanings. Its wings lowered slightly, and its eyes blinked slowly. Ravi realized that the creature was responding not just to the sound, but also to the calm presence of a human nearby. He had read about alien animals that could sense emotions, and this dragon seemed to be one of them. "Good," Ravi whispered softly, his voice almost a part of the music. "You are safe. You can rest now." The creature took another careful step forward, settling closer to him. Its body was still tense, but Ravi could feel its energy shift. It was less frantic, less wild. Music had worked, but so had patience. He continued to play, adjusting the tempo and the chords, making the notes soft and inviting. The baby dragon let out a small sigh, almost like a contented exhale. Its wings flopped gently, and it leaned slightly toward Ravi, as if seeking warmth. Ravi smiled quietly. He had not expected to connect with such a strange being so quickly. He realized that humans had something special, the ability to create and share beauty in many forms, even music. That small act of care had bridged the gap between species. As he played, Ravi observed the creature's body language. Its tail twitched less often, and its small feet were no longer trembling. The baby dragon's eyes were focused on him, following the movements of his hands on the guitar. Ravi understood that it was learning that he posed no threat. It was a fragile trust, but it was real. He wanted to reinforce it carefully, without scaring the creature further. Ravi shifted slightly, making sure to stay low and non-threatening. "You are not alone," he said softly. The baby dragon blinked slowly, then curled up slightly closer. Ravi's hands moved over the strings again, producing a melody that was calm, warm, and steady. The creature's breathing slowed further. Its body relaxed, and its wings folded gently against its sides. Ravi felt relief wash over him. For a long time, they stayed like that. The human strumming music, the baby dragon listening, learning to trust. The night air carried their small bubble of peace across the cliffs. Ravi thought about the dangers nearby, the steep drops, wild animals, and other unknown creatures, but for now, there was calm. He focused entirely on the music and the small alien creature in front of him. Suddenly, a movement above caught his eye. A shadow passed over the cliff edge. The baby dragon stiffened slightly, its glowing eyes widening. Ravi did not panic. He continued to play, his hands moving carefully, letting the melody reassure the creature. He looked up cautiously and saw the enormous outline of another dragon. The wings were wide and strong, the body massive. It was clear that this was the parent. Ravi froze for a moment, feeling the weight of the situation. The parent dragon's eyes glowed, studying him and the baby below. The baby dragon pressed slightly against him, trusting the human. Ravi realized that the parent had arrived just in time to witness the calm the music had created. He knew he could not make sudden movements. Any wrong step might provoke the parent. He strummed another gentle chord, letting the sound fill the space between them. The baby dragon relaxed further against his legs, showing that it still trusted him. The parent hovered silently, wings extended, watching carefully. Ravi felt both fear and awe. He had never been so close to such a magnificent creature. Yet, he also felt hope. The music might prove to the parent that he meant no harm. Minutes passed slowly. Ravi kept playing, never breaking eye contact with the parent when he dared to glance up. The baby dragon stayed still, listening, leaning gently against him. Its wings twitched slightly but were no longer frantic. Ravi realized that the bond he had created in just a short time was remarkable. He had calmed a creature through patience, kindness, and music. The parent dragon made a soft sound, deep and low. It was not angry, but cautious. The baby dragon tilted its head, recognizing the tone. Ravi continued playing, making the melody smoother, gentler. He hoped that the sound would show both creatures that he was not a threat. Slowly, the parent lowered its wings slightly, studying him more closely. Ravi felt his heartbeat slow. He realized that this was a pivotal moment. The baby dragon had accepted his presence, and the parent was beginning to understand that he posed no danger. Music had bridged a gap that words could not. His hands did not falter, and his eyes stayed calm, showing both creatures that he was steady and kind. As he played, Ravi noticed the baby dragon's scales glowing softly in the dim light. Its body had relaxed completely. The parent continued to hover, watching and listening. Ravi smiled quietly. He had not expected such an extraordinary experience when he climbed the cliffs that night. He had found a creature in need and used something simple but human music to make a difference. The night stretched on, filled with gentle notes and the quiet breathing of the baby dragon. Ravi understood that he was not just a human among machines and stars. He was part of a rare moment of connection between species. He had calmed a restless creature, earned its fragile trust, and now faced the challenge of the parent's judgment. For the first time, Ravi felt that humans could do more than survive in the frontier. They could create understanding, build trust, and show care in ways no other species could. And as the stars glimmered above the cliffs, he continued to play, letting the music speak for him, letting the baby dragon rest, and waiting for the next step of an adventure he could never have imagined. The night air felt calmer now. The baby dragon had curled comfortably near Ravi, its small body no longer trembling. Ravi kept his guitar in his lap, strumming gentle, slow melodies that filled the quiet cliffs. Each note seemed to wrap around the little creature like a soft blanket. The baby dragon's glowing eyes followed his fingers with fascination. Its small wings twitched occasionally, but the frantic energy from before was gone. Ravi felt a warm sense of wonder. He had never imagined that a simple human act like playing music could reach an alien being in such a deep way. He hummed along with the chords, letting the rhythm be slow and natural. The baby dragon shifted slightly, moving closer and pressing its tiny body gently against him. Ravi stayed still, careful not to move too quickly. He did not want to scare the creature again. The cliffs were quiet, except for the soft sound of the guitar and the baby dragon's tiny breathing. Ravi noticed that the creature's eyes reflected trust, the first sign of a connection that felt more than instinct. It was as if the music told it that he was not a threat, that he could provide comfort, and that the night could be safe. Ravi's heart swelled. He realized he was witnessing something extraordinary, a bond forming between species. Minutes passed. The baby dragon lowered its head slightly, brushing lightly against Ravi's arm. He smiled gently, continuing to play. The creature's wings flopped softly now, relaxed and calm. Ravi's fingers danced over the strings with care, creating melodies that felt warm and steady. He could feel the little dragon responding, leaning more and more into his presence. Ravi wondered about the creature's family. It had to have one. Dragons were known to be protective of their young. If the parent arrived, he had to be ready. He glanced upward and saw movement against the night sky. The shadow of an enormous pair of wings passed above the cliffs. Ravi froze, but he did not panic. The baby dragon's trust was fragile, and he could not let fear make him move recklessly. The parent dragon hovered quietly, wings spread wide, eyes glowing with a mixture of caution and curiosity. The baby dragon stirred slightly but did not cry. It pressed closer to Ravi, seeking reassurance. The parent's gaze shifted between the human and its offspring, measuring the situation. Ravi kept strumming, letting the soft music continue. The notes carried over the cliff, gentle and soothing, like water flowing over stones. Slowly, the parent lowered itself slightly, circling above without landing. Ravi realized that the creature was testing him, evaluating whether he meant harm. He kept his movements calm, careful not to show sudden gestures that might trigger aggression. The baby dragon leaned against him more fully now, its small body relaxed. Ravi felt the tiny heartbeat slow as the creature settled completely. Ravi spoke softly, almost in rhythm with the music. "It's all right. You are safe here." The baby dragon blinked slowly, tilting its head as if understanding. Ravi's heart raced with happiness. He had made the first step toward trust, a connection that required no force, no threat, only patience and care. The parent dragon continued to hover, watching every movement, yet no attack came. The baby dragon nuzzled his arm lightly, its warmth against him unmistakable. Ravi realized that this small gesture meant a lot. The creature had accepted him, at least for now. Music had been the bridge between them. Ravi understood that humans had a unique gift, the ability to create and share emotion in ways other species could sense but not imitate. This gift had calmed a restless creature and earned fragile trust. The wind shifted, carrying the scent of the cliffs and the faint rustle of distant creatures. Ravi glanced around carefully. The frontier was full of dangers, yet for now, the baby dragon and he had carved out a moment of peace. The parent dragon circled slowly, wings moving gracefully through the air, observing, but not attacking. Ravi kept the guitar close, playing softer, gentler notes, letting the music reassure both creatures. Time passed quietly. Ravi noticed the baby dragon's eyes beginning to close, eyelids heavy with trust and fatigue. Its small wings rested gently on the rocks, relaxed and loose. Ravi smiled, continuing to play. He hummed softly, letting the melody guide the creature into rest. It was clear that the baby dragon had begun to associate him and his music with safety. That realization filled Ravi with warmth. The parent dragon hovered lower, wings brushing the cliff's edge, eyes watching closely. Ravi could sense its intelligence, its ability to read actions and intentions. He remained calm, letting his presence be steady and non-threatening. He strummed the guitar with patience, letting the music communicate what words could not. The baby dragon's breathing became slow and steady, finally allowing itself to sleep, its trust in him complete for the moment. Ravi leaned back slightly, watching the stars above. The parent dragon circled slowly, still wary but no longer aggressive. He realized that the bond he had created with the baby dragon was delicate. It was not permanent yet, but it was real. He had earned respect and trust in a way no human could have through force or authority. Music, patience, and care had made the difference. As the night deepened, Ravi continued to play softly, letting the notes flow like a gentle stream. The baby dragon slept peacefully, its body relaxed and content. The parent hovered, observing but keeping distance. Ravi understood that this night marked the beginning of something important. He was no longer just a mechanic on the frontier. He was part of a rare moment of connection, a witness to trust and understanding between species. The cliffside air remained still, and the stars shone brightly above. Ravi felt a sense of purpose he had never known. He had calmed a restless creature, earned its trust, and begun the delicate process of bridging two worlds. The baby dragon's small body rested against him, the soft rhythm of its breathing like a quiet heartbeat that matched his own. For the first time, Ravi realized the power of simple human acts. A melody, patience, and care could reach across species, calming fear and creating understanding. He had learned that humans could do more than survive on the frontier. They could inspire trust, bring comfort, and forge connections in ways that no machine, no weapon, and no technology could. As the night continued, Ravi kept strumming, watching the baby dragon sleep and the parent observe. He understood that the true challenge was still ahead. Trust could be broken, and understanding had to be nurtured. Yet for now, a fragile connection had been made, and that was enough to fill his heart with hope and wonder. Ravi realized that the frontier had given him a chance to witness something extraordinary. He had calmed a restless creature, touched a life unlike any he had known, and begun a story that was far greater than any he could have imagined. The night was quiet, the baby dragon slept, and the parent remained watchful. A fragile bond had formed, and the adventure was just beginning. Ravi's fingers hovered over the guitar strings, and he strummed softly. The baby dragon slept peacefully near his legs, its small body rising and falling with gentle breaths. The night air was calm, and the stars glittered above the cliffs. Ravi had thought that the moment of trust he had earned was enough, but a new feeling stirred in his chest. Something was approaching. High above the cliffs, a shadow moved silently, stretching across the rocky terrain. Ravi sensed it before he saw it fully. The wind shifted, carrying a low, heavy rustle of wings that seemed too large for anything he had ever encountered. He froze, eyes lifting toward the movement. The shadow belonged to a dragon, massive in size, with wings that spanned the space above him. Its scales shimmered faintly in the moonlight, catching every beam of silver and blue. The baby dragon stirred slightly, its small body trembling. Ravi gently put a hand near it, not touching, but close enough to show presence and reassurance. "It's all right," he whispered. "I'm here. Nothing will hurt you." The baby dragon blinked slowly, its breathing still steady from earlier, but now tinged with curiosity and alertness. Ravi knew the larger presence above was the parent, likely the mother. The enormous dragon hovered silently, circling slowly over the ridge. Its glowing eyes scanned the terrain and then fell on Ravi and the little dragon. Ravi could feel the intensity of its gaze. It was not anger, but it was suspicion and concern. The parent measured the human, gauging his intentions, observing his every movement. Ravi stayed still, keeping the guitar close and continuing the soft, soothing music that had calmed the baby. Minutes passed, each stretching like hours. The parent's shadow moved with grace, wings stretching wide and powerful. It tilted its head, curious about the human who dared to sit so close to its offspring. Ravi realized that the baby dragon's calmness in his presence would either convince the parent that he meant no harm, or trigger a defensive reaction. He strummed the guitar slower, letting each note flow naturally, carrying warmth and patience. The baby dragon pressed lightly against Ravi's leg, seeking reassurance. Ravi smiled softly, feeling a connection stronger than before. He had not only calmed a restless creature, but he had earned trust. The parent above was watching this fragile bond unfold. Its wings spread wide, casting shadows over the cliffs, but it did not land. Ravi guessed it was testing him, evaluating whether this human could be trusted. A low, resonant rumble came from the parent, vibrating through the rocks. The sound was neither threatening nor welcoming, but measured. The baby dragon lifted its head slightly, tilting toward the source. Ravi continued to play, letting the melody carry over the cliffs. He hummed softly with the music, hoping the sound would show both creatures that he posed no danger. The parent circled lower, wings brushing against the air with quiet strength. Its eyes never left Ravi and the baby. Ravi could feel the intelligence behind those glowing eyes. This was no ordinary creature. It had instinct, yes, but it also had understanding. It seemed to sense the calm that music had brought to its offspring. Ravi kept his hands steady, letting the soft notes ripple through the night. The baby dragon blinked and twitched its wings once, testing the air. It pressed closer to Ravi, its small body seeking warmth and safety. Ravi realized that this little being trusted him completely, even in the presence of its mother. The parent hovered silently, wings spread in a protective arc, yet it did not swoop down aggressively. Ravi understood that he had to remain calm, patient, and consistent. He adjusted the melody, playing smoother, softer chords that floated across the cliffs. Each note seemed to reach the larger dragon, creating a sense of ease. The parent tilted its head, wings folding slightly as it studied him. Ravi felt a thrill of relief. Music had not only calmed the baby dragon, it was beginning to communicate with the parent. It was a bridge that words could not create. The baby dragon yawned, tiny claws curling slightly. Ravi smiled. It had never looked so relaxed. The parent dragon moved a little closer, eyes tracking Ravi's hands on the guitar. The creature's body language suggested curiosity and assessment. Ravi continued to play, careful to let each note be gentle and inviting. The baby dragon leaned slightly against him, fully at ease, trusting that the human would protect it. Ravi's heart raced as the parent circled above, casting a shadow that stretched across the rocks. He realized that one wrong move could break this fragile moment. He strummed slowly, each note deliberate, calm, and soothing. The baby dragon's scales glimmered faintly in response to the vibration, soft colors reflecting the light. The parent observed carefully, wings extended, yet staying at a respectful distance. Minutes passed with silent tension, broken only by the guitar's gentle melody. Ravi felt the weight of the night, the vastness of the cliffs, and the extraordinary presence above. He understood that humans had a special gift, the ability to create trust and calm through patience and kindness. Music had become his tool, his bridge between species. The baby dragon slept again, finally at rest, even under the watchful eyes of its mother. Ravi looked up as the parent tilted its massive head closer, eyes shining with intelligence. The creature exhaled softly, wings shifting to maintain balance. Ravi kept playing, letting the notes fill the air. He could feel a subtle relaxation in the parent, the tension in its body easing slightly. The bond he had formed with the baby dragon was now extending, in small measure, to its parent. The night carried on, quiet and still. Ravi's melodies drifted over the cliffs, wrapping the creatures in calm. The baby dragon remained close, and the parent hovered above, silently observing. Ravi realized that trust, patience, and care could cross barriers that words and strength could not. He had earned a fragile connection with not just one, but two extraordinary beings. Stars shone overhead, their light glimmering on the shimmering scales of both dragons. Ravi's hands moved steadily over the guitar strings, each note carefully measured, conveying warmth, peace, and respect. He understood that the night was not just about calming a restless creature. It was about creating understanding, showing compassion, and proving that humans could touch lives in ways no one expected. The parent dragon finally shifted, moving slightly higher, wings stretching wide, eyes still focused but less tense. Ravi kept strumming, letting the baby dragon sleep in comfort. He realized that the moment of trust had passed a critical test. He had proven that humans could care without threat, and that even the most cautious and powerful beings could recognize genuine kindness. Ravi exhaled slowly, feeling a deep sense of connection. The baby dragon stirred lightly, and the parent continued to hover above. He understood that this fragile peace was the beginning of something extraordinary. Music had bridged worlds, and trust had been earned through patience and compassion. The frontier outpost had never seemed so alive, full of wonder, challenge, and the possibility of connection that no one had ever imagined. Ravi's fingers stayed lightly on the guitar strings, strumming soft notes that floated gently through the night air. The baby dragon rested quietly, its small body still pressed against him. The parent dragon hovered above, wings spread wide, eyes glowing with intelligence. Ravi felt the weight of the creature's gaze. He knew that one wrong move could break this delicate trust he had worked so hard to earn. The parent dragon moved closer, circling slowly above. Its wings cut through the night air with quiet power, sending soft gusts down onto the cliffs. The baby dragon stirred slightly, its small wings flapping weakly, but it did not cry. Ravi kept strumming, letting each note be deliberate, calm, and gentle. He hoped the melody would show the parent that he meant no harm. Ravi understood the situation. The parent dragon had immense power, far beyond anything he could control. But power alone did not define trust. The parent needed to see that he cared, that his intentions were pure. The baby dragon had already accepted him. Now, the challenge was to gain the trust of the parent, the protector, the guardian. The parent dragon's glowing eyes studied him closely. Ravi's heart raced, but he stayed calm, letting the music flow. The melody was soft and steady, a rhythm that mirrored patience and care. The baby dragon nestled closer, seemingly reassured by both the music and Ravi's calm presence. Ravi felt a strange warmth in his chest. He realized that humans had a unique gift, the ability to reach hearts through patience, creativity, and kindness. The parent dragon made a low rumble, a deep vibration that shook the rocks slightly. It was a sound of warning, a test. The baby dragon twitched its tail nervously, but it stayed close to Ravi. Ravi kept playing, soft notes echoing across the cliffs. He hummed gently along with the guitar, letting the vibration carry through the night air. The parent tilted its head, wings folding slightly, still observing but less tense. Ravi decided to take a careful step forward. He wanted to show that he had nothing to hide, that he meant no harm. He moved slowly, keeping his hands visible, fingers brushing the guitar strings lightly to continue the melody. The baby dragon pressed closer against him, its trust unwavering. Ravi smiled softly, feeling a connection that was rare and precious. The parent dragon circled lower, bringing its massive body into view. Its scales shimmered under the starlight, each one reflecting subtle shades of silver and blue. Its wings created gusts of wind that ruffled Ravi's hair and clothes, but he remained steady, continuing to play. The baby dragon's eyes flicked upward, watching its parent. Ravi understood that the parent's intelligence was vast. It could read emotions, sense intentions, and evaluate character. He had to stay calm and patient. Another low rumble came from the parent, vibrating through the rocks. Ravi kept strumming, matching the rhythm of the rumble with his melody. The baby dragon leaned fully against him, showing complete trust. The parent tilted its head again, studying the human closely. Ravi felt a mixture of awe and fear, but he did not move too fast. He understood that patience would be the key to this test. Minutes passed. The parent dragon hovered silently above, wings spread wide, eyes glowing steadily. Ravi continued to play, letting the soft notes flow naturally. The baby dragon's breathing became steady and deep, fully relaxed now. Ravi felt a sense of relief. He had already achieved trust with the baby, and now the parent was beginning to see his intentions. Ravi spoke softly, his voice blending with the melody. "I only want to help," he said. The baby dragon twitched its ears as if it understood, then pressed closer. The parent's wings shifted slightly, creating a gentle gust, and it let out a low, rumbling sound. It was not anger, but a careful consideration. Ravi realized that the parent was testing him, evaluating his patience, courage, and care. Ravi strummed a chord, letting it linger in the night air. The baby dragon relaxed further, small wings folding neatly against its body. The parent circled once more, then hovered closer, eyes never leaving Ravi. Its gaze seemed to pierce through him, evaluating his heart. Ravi kept his hands on the guitar, strumming softly, his mind steady. He had to show that he was trustworthy, calm, and sincere. Slowly, the parent lowered its head, bringing its glowing eyes closer to Ravi. The wind from its wings created ripples across the rocks. The baby dragon stirred slightly but stayed against him. Ravi realized that this was the moment that mattered most. The parent dragon was deciding whether he could be trusted. He continued to play, letting the music speak louder than words. The parent let out a low rumble again, this time softer, almost like a sigh. It hovered for a long moment, wings spread wide but relaxed. Ravi kept strumming, letting the melody flow gently. The baby dragon blinked slowly, curling fully against him. Ravi felt a deep sense of accomplishment. He had passed the first test of trust, proving that care and patience were stronger than fear. Hours passed quietly, filled only with soft notes and the gentle breathing of the baby dragon. The parent hovered above, still cautious but no longer aggressive. Ravi realized that this moment was extraordinary. He had faced a creature far more powerful than himself and had earned a measure of respect through kindness and understanding. The baby dragon yawned, tiny claws stretching as it pressed against Ravi. The parent shifted slightly, wings folding more comfortably, as if acknowledging the human's efforts. Ravi smiled softly. He had created a bond that crossed species, a connection built on patience, music, and care. It was proof that humans could inspire trust in ways that no one had imagined. Ravi exhaled slowly, feeling a warm sense of wonder. The frontier had given him many challenges, but this was different. He had calmed a restless creature, earned its trust, and faced the watchful presence of its parent with patience and courage. The night was quiet now, and the stars shone brightly above the cliffs. For the first time, Ravi understood the power of simple acts. A melody, patience, and care could create trust, calm fear, and inspire understanding. The baby dragon slept peacefully, and the parent hovered silently, wings folded in a careful but relaxed posture. Ravi realized that the frontier had just shown him something extraordinary, the ability of humans to bridge worlds through kindness and creativity. Ravi continued to play softly, letting the music fill the night. The baby dragon's small body rested fully against him, and the parent's eyes remained on him but with less intensity. The fragile trust had survived the test, and a bond had formed that could grow stronger with time. He had proven that humans could connect, care, and earn respect through acts of patience and heart. The night stretched on, quiet and calm, with the guitar's gentle melodies drifting over the cliffs. Ravi knew that the journey was not over, but the test of trust had been passed. He had shown that a human could calm a restless creature and face a powerful guardian without threat or force. Trust had been earned, and respect had been granted. Ravi looked up at the stars, smiling softly. The baby dragon slept, the parent hovered silently, and the night was filled with peace. He had discovered something rare and beautiful, a bond that transcended species. The frontier had given him a challenge, and through patience, courage, and music, he had met it. This night would stay with him forever. The night was quiet, filled only with the soft sound of Ravi's guitar. The baby dragon slept peacefully, nestled against his leg, while the parent dragon hovered nearby, wings folded but eyes alert. Ravi's hands moved gently over the strings, each note soft, deliberate, and full of care. He felt a warmth in his chest, a deep sense of connection that went beyond words. The parent dragon tilted its massive head, studying him. Ravi kept his eyes calm, his movements slow. He understood that trust had to be earned, not demanded. For hours, he had strummed melodies that carried patience and care across the cliffs. Now, he could see the results. The parent's wings were relaxed, and the tense glow in its eyes had softened. The baby dragon stirred slightly, stretching its small wings and blinking slowly. Ravi smiled gently. "You are safe," he whispered. The creature's eyes met his, filled with quiet trust. Ravi could feel the bond strengthening. This was not fear or instinct, it was understanding. The little dragon knew he had protected it, and in return, it offered confidence and calm. Above them, the parent dragon shifted, moving closer in a slow, careful circle. Its glowing eyes studied Ravi, then flicked down at the baby dragon. Ravi kept playing, letting the soft notes echo across the cliffs. The parent lowered its head slightly, brushing the tips of its wings against the air like a silent gesture of acknowledgement. Ravi realized it was testing him one last time, assessing whether he could be trusted fully. He continued strumming, humming softly in rhythm with the melody. The baby dragon leaned closer against him, small claws resting gently on his arm. Ravi felt the tiny heartbeat steady, no longer frantic, and he understood that this moment was critical. He had to maintain calm and patience. The parent was powerful, intelligent, and protective, but it also seemed capable of recognition of understanding the human's intentions. Slowly, the parent dragon descended, hovering just above the cliff, wings beating softly to maintain balance. Ravi kept playing, soft notes drifting into the night. The parent lowered its massive head, bringing glowing eyes closer to the baby dragon. The little creature nudged gently against Ravi, seeking warmth and reassurance. Ravi smiled, keeping his hands steady on the guitar strings. The parent let out a low, resonant sound, more like a sigh than a warning. It circled once, then landed gently on the rocks nearby, maintaining a careful distance. Ravi's heart raced, but he did not stop playing. Each note carried reassurance, calm, and patience. The baby dragon stirred, looking up at its parent, then back at Ravi. The connection between the three of them was growing stronger, a bond built on trust and understanding. Ravi realized something extraordinary. Humans had a power unlike any other species. They could create emotion, understanding, and trust through acts of care, patience, and creativity. Music was his tool, but the intention behind it, the desire to comfort and connect, was what truly mattered. The parent dragon seemed to recognize this, its eyes softening, wings folding more comfortably. Minutes passed, each one filled with quiet harmony. The baby dragon blinked sleepily, curling fully against Ravi's leg. The parent remained nearby, watching closely but with less tension. Ravi's hands moved over the guitar strings gently, producing melodies that felt warm and steady. He hummed along softly, letting the notes ripple across the cliffs. The parent tilted its head slightly, wings relaxing further. Ravi spoke in a soft voice, blending with the music. "I will keep you safe," he said. The baby dragon twitched its ears and nudged gently against him. Ravi smiled, understanding the small gestures of trust. The parent dragon's eyes flicked between Ravi and its offspring, then let out a low, approving sound. It was not words, but it was clear recognition. The parent had accepted him. The baby dragon slowly opened its eyes, gazing at Ravi with quiet trust. Ravi felt a surge of happiness. He had not only calmed the creature, but he had earned its confidence and the recognition of its parent. The night was still, filled with soft notes, gentle breathing, and the quiet strength of connection. Ravi realized that he had been part of something rare, something that transcended species, something that would remain with him forever. The parent dragon lowered its massive body closer to the baby dragon, nudging it gently with its nose. The little dragon responded with a soft sound, curling closer against Ravi. Ravi's hands stayed on the guitar, strumming carefully, letting the melody carry peace. The parent shifted its wings, creating a protective arc around them, but not aggressive. It was a silent acknowledgement, a gesture of trust. Ravi looked at the parent dragon, eyes steady and calm. He understood the depth of the connection forming. The creature could sense his intentions, his calm, and his patience. He had shown that humans could be more than observers, they could be caretakers, communicators, and protectors. The parent seemed to recognize this, wings folding further, body relaxed, and eyes soft. The baby dragon yawned, small wings stretching slightly. Ravi smiled and continued to play, humming softly. The parent remained nearby, watching quietly. Ravi felt a sense of accomplishment, but more than that, he felt wonder. He had bridged worlds with simple care, patience, and music. He had calmed a restless creature, earned its trust, and gained the respect of a guardian more powerful than he had ever imagined. The night grew colder, but the warmth of connection made the cliffs feel safe. The baby dragon rested fully, eyes closed, breathing steady and calm. The parent dragon stood nearby, wings folded, watching over them without tension. Ravi continued strumming gently, letting the music carry peace and reassurance. He realized that the bond he had created was complete. Trust had been earned, and respect given. Stars shimmered above, their light reflecting softly on the dragon's scales. Ravi kept playing, letting the melody drift through the cliffs. He understood that this moment was extraordinary. A human had made a difference through kindness and patience. The frontier had tested him, but it had also rewarded him with a rare, meaningful connection. The baby dragon shifted slightly, nuzzling Ravi's arm, and the parent moved closer, creating a circle of protection. Ravi felt a deep sense of satisfaction. The creatures trusted him, and he had proved that humans could calm fear, inspire confidence, and create understanding. He had used nothing but care, patience, and music. It was a moment of human achievement unlike any other. Ravi's hands continued to move over the strings, the gentle melody filling the night. The baby dragon slept peacefully, the parent remained calm and watchful, and Ravi knew that the bond between them was unbreakable. He had bridged worlds, inspired trust, and created connection. The frontier had given him a challenge, and he had met it with courage, heart, and patience. The night continued quietly, filled with soft notes, gentle breathing, and the presence of trust. Ravi smiled, looking at the baby dragon and its parent. He knew that this moment would stay with him forever. He had learned the power of patience, care, and human uniqueness. And above the cliffs, under the stars, a fragile but unbreakable bond had been formed, a bond for the stars.